Hello, everyone. Welcome to the trailer launch of Darlings. Get ready to get sucked right into this dark comedy produced by Red Chillies Entertainment and Eternal Sunshine, which will release on Netflix on the 5th of August. लिख लिया? Date note कर ली सबने? क्या है? दो इंसानों ने नोट किया, बाकी सब अपने दिल पे ये छप्पा लगाएंगे 5th August का. And since each and every one of you sitting here today is, of course, a darling to me. आपके यहाँ पे आप कोई यहाँ पे अपने darlings के साथ आया है? अच्छा, अभी बहुत darling stage पर आने वाले हैं. Well, I have to say that I'm going to let you into the inside scoop where we discuss not just the trailer, but also more about what went into making the film and some behind the scenes chit chat. So are we ready for it? Okay, great, great. Are we going to wake up this morning? Woo! Okay, I'm on my 6th cup of coffee, so you have to match up to this energy. Well, I have to say, 94 cups, that guy. 88, all right. I have to say, when I first heard about Darlings, I immediately thought that this is going to be another sweet, romantic story, right? Like when you hear about the title, aapke dimag mein yahi aata hai. But then Darlings is so much more than that. It's thoda dark, thoda comedy. It, like we all love to hear this word, and we totally believe in this one, it's an entire package, and I promise you that. Well, when I saw the trailer, I was just like, excuse me, darlings, ये तो मैंने बिल्कुल भी नहीं expect किया था. I'm sure that when you guys see the teaser right now, you're going to think of the same. So should we have another look at the teaser? All right. बहुत बार होगा अभी once more, तो मतलब आपको बहुत बार ट्रेलर टीजर सब देखने को मिलेगा. But I have to say ये जो माथे वाला क्वेश्चन है ना, वो लाइफ का सबसे ज़रूरी क्वेश्चन है. क्या बोलते हैं? Well, we've seen the teaser, but I guess we'll get closer to solving this mystery only when we watch the movie on the 5th of August. Well, now I can't wait to know more about the movie and how it made its way to my favorite, I have to underline that, favorite streaming platform, Netflix. So without further ado, let's hear the entire story about how it made it all the way to Netflix from the woman herself, Ms. Monica Shergill, Vice President Content for Netflix 8 India. Ladies and gentlemen, huge round of applause. Hi, Neha. Lovely to see you. Hi, Monica. How are you doing this morning?
Very well.
You look absolutely wonderful, I have to say, and many congratulations. Getting closer and closer to the trailer launch.
Yeah.
You know, there's so much we want to know about Netflix. You know, this is something that we all talk about. I just mentioned it's my favorite streaming platform, as it is for everyone else. But today we're talking about Netflix and Darlings. So I just want to know that what's the one thing that excited you the most about Darlings when you heard about it and you were like, yes, this is the reason. One amongst the many reasons, of course.
I think there isn't one reason. There are just so many reasons. Very rarely do you come across a film that makes you feel, makes you think, takes you on a ride. You enjoy and hang on to every word that every character in the film says, and you're just so hooked to the plot that you just can't take your eyes off. I think Darlings is that and so much more, and I'm not just saying it. I am so confident that every single person out there is going to absolutely love Darlings. It's deliciously funny, it's wickedly dark, and it's such an important story to tell. I think what attracted me most, that it's such an important, urgent, and absolutely entertaining story that you can find. It's a gem, it's a true gem. I think Jasmeet has written a fabulous script. She's such an incredible new voice. And for Gaurav as producer to really find this gem, for Alia to back it and also produce and act in it, for the wonderful Shefali and Vijay to be on it, and Roshan. Like, I don't know you know, what's not to love, really? Let's just say it's darlings all the way.
I totally agree. You know, we're going to see the trailer, and I may come back to it because it's underlined somewhere in my head about what you said, that it's got a really important message and a voice. Maybe we can pick it up from there. But what you said was the entire package is great. And you know, of course, there's Red Chillies, which is, you know, like, you know, everybody knows about Red Chillies, giant, and then we've got the lovely Eternal Sunshine. Again, we've got big players and coming in. The Alia Bhatt is coming on as a producer. So what was your association with Red Chillies and Eternal Sunshine like? What was it like working with them?
Actually, Red Chillies is, you know, has been one of our first partners in the country. It's a very, very close relationship that Netflix and Red Chillies share. And, you know, for them to bring us the film, it was just such a perfect fit. I think the way we look at it, between Red Chillies as, you know, a big studio, Eternal Sunshine as such a meaningful new studio backed by Alia, and for Netflix as a streaming platform which always wants to tell the best stories. Like, it's, I feel it's the right combination. It's a great combination. It's been a wonderful journey, all of us together, really. I mean, I'm really feeling so excited. I'm getting goose flesh thinking it's finally the time to drop the trailer to share with all of you. And in, I think about 10 days, we'll have the film coming out. And I'm just so eager for everyone to see it. And like I said before, I'm just sure everyone will love it.
That's so great. She said 10 days.
Many times I said.
Yes, and you know what? If we were on the subject of numbers, in 10 days is when the film is going to come out. In about 10 days, are we right? And in less than 10 minutes, you're going to be watching the trailer. So who's not ready? Good answer! Good answer. I did not want any show of hands on that one. I am so excited about this one. But, you know, we were talking about Red Chillies. We're talking about Eternal Sunshine. Next up, to know more about the film, we'd like to call on stage Mr. Venki Mysore, CEO, Red Chillies Entertainment. Please put your hands together.
Well, good morning, everyone. And Neha, thank you. You always do a terrific job.
Thank you very much,
And
Venki.
Monica, great to share the stage with you. But, you know, I just want to, on behalf of Mr. Khan, Gauri Khan, and all of us at Red Chillies, sort of express our excitement about this morning in particular, of being here and having been part of the project and been a big part of the partnership. You know, a few years ago, I mean, it's been like 10, 11 years that I've been working with Red Chillies and with Mr. Khan. And the one line passion and the vision that we could pick up on from him was about telling special stories. And he says we shouldn't hold ourselves back when we tell stories and the way we want to tell it. And therefore, that was the one line mandate that came through. And so we were trying to figure out in terms of how we organize ourselves to do that. And the first part of it, obviously, is all the moving parts of what happens behind the scenes. And many of you would be aware, and some of you may not, about how hard the people behind the scenes work in terms of putting the whole organization together to bring this all together. But I think the underlying and the common theme there was about partnerships. And Monica alluded to that. So Netflix has been a tremendous partner for us from the very beginning, and on this project.
We've absolutely loved it, Venki.
Thank you, and same here, the same sentiments, and it was great to partner with Eternal Sunshine. Of course, Alia wearing a different hat in that context. We've done some amazing work with her before. I mean, she's one of the superstars of this generation. There's no question about it. So it's been a great pleasure for us to be able to do that. Last but not least, I want to say, just congratulate Gaurav Verma and his team for pulling this all together. They've worked really, really hard. And now I think it's for all of you to judge and for the audiences to judge. So just delighted to be part of it. Thank you, Neha.
Thank you, Venki. Thank you, Monica. We're not going to exit stage right now. We're going to build it up. Guys, did I say 10 minutes? You know what? We love being ahead of time. It's here. Are we ready to watch the trailer? I am so excited that I'm going to exit sideways. Well, this one's going to be tough. But ladies and gentlemen, presenting the most and the much awaited trailer of Darlings.
Thank you, Neha. Good to be here. Hi, everyone.
Many congratulations on this. And I know that, we're going to have a long conversation about the film, about your association with Netflix, with Eternal Sunshine. But now that we're on the subject of Eternal Sunshine, is there someone very special you'd like to call on stage?
Yeah, of course. So when we started this journey, probably little under 3 years back, sometime in November of 2019, we narrated the film to her. And she loved it. Loved it to the extent that not just she wanted to act on it, but wanted to take the plunge as a producer. So without any further delay, let me invite my partner producer, someone who has a fabulous creative eye for, we have seen this journey that how sharp she is on creative, and actor, co-producer, Alia Bhatt on stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for producer and actor Alia Bhatt.
Hello everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. आज मैं बहुत excited हूँ, बहुत nervous हूँ, पर क्योंकि I'm not only here as an actor, I'm here as a producer, and I have to thank Gaurav and Red Chillies for being so supportive of this idea and actually pushing me to do this along with you as a producer. So thank you so much.
Pleasure is all ours.
Eternal Sunshine Productions है मेरे production house का नाम, boutique production house है. It's still very cute and small, but the symbolism is sunshine. तो मैं आज आपके लिए sun बनकर आई हूँ.
और shine तो आप हमेशा ही करती हैं.
I hope.
Yes.
But literally, I have come dressed like the sun for you. I have taken over.
No, as you should. I promise you, between you and me, they rather listen to you than me. So it's totally fine. No, but Alia, this is great. We have tons of conversations to make over here. We want to know more about the film, the fact that you're a first-time producer, and to many, many more. But most importantly, this film wouldn't have been possible without a really important person. And I'm going to let you do the honors to invite her on stage.
Yes. So, this is Jasmeet K. Reen's first film as a director, and I really want you all to give her a lot of love and the hugest round of applause, because without Jasmeet, none of this would have been possible. Eternal Sunshine may not have happened in the year of 2022 if it wasn't for Jasmeet. So without further ado, I want to bring on our darling director, जिसको मैं director साहब बुलाती हूँ और वो मुझे producer साहब बुलाती है. But director साहब, Jasmeet, please come on stage, and please guys give her a big round of applause.
You heard it from Alia Bhatt herself, Jasmeet K. Reen, co-writer and director of Darlings. Many congratulations, Jasmeet. How are you feeling?
Nervous, excited. It's my first film, so it's very, very special. I want to thank Eternal Sunshine and Red Chillies for giving me the freedom to make this film the way I wanted to, and giving me a fantastic cast and crew to be able to collaborate with. So thank you. And I hope we've all made this with a lot of love. Hopefully you will enjoy it.
Well, there's only going to be love and more love and more love pouring in, because there's only talent and more talent and more talent that keeps pouring in on stage today. Yes, I have no words for this one, but powerhouse performer. I know I'm stating the most well-earned cliche in the business, but she's all that and much more, guys. Put your hands together for the one and only Shefali Shah. Woo! Yay! Look at her! Welcome, Shefali. You look wonderful, as does everyone else. How are you feeling to be on stage today for Darlings?
First and foremost, hello, darlings. I'm so happy to be here to share stage with such amazing people. And Jasmeet, Alia, Gaurav, everyone, Netflix, Monica. I mean, this would not have been possible without anyone, and who's going to come and join us soon. So I really hope y'all feel as much love for Darlings as we did and we do for it. And thank you for being here. And yeah.
Absolutely. And yes, she cued me into calling our next favorite star. Find a great film and put him in it. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Vijay Varma. Woo! True blue actor. True blue. Look at this guy. You look absolutely dashing today for many reasons. And I'm hoping that the most important reason is Darlings. How do you feel about being on stage today for such a wonderful film?
I feel very good about this, but at the same time, I'm very, very nervous and partly shivering inside these
Why?
layers.
Why? Why are you shivering inside so many layers?
I think I have like a fear of public talking.
Okay, so I don't
We
know.
can't
now
get
if
rid
I
of the
say-
public. They have to
Now, if
bring
I
it
say
out.
something, I sound wrong. If I don't say anything, I sound wrong. So would
नहीं,
I,
तुम
should I
करो
give you a
अपना काम.
hug? Will that be right? Or मैं करूँ अपना? ठीक है, मैं करती हूँ अपना. But बातें तो करनी पड़ेंगी.
Yes,
Huh? So
I'm
you
ready
ready?
for that.
Yeah, at some point. But before we get down to the talking, I'd like to call back Monica Shergill and Venki on stage, please, before we start having a conversation about this wonderful film. Monica, before we let you sit, guys, this may be a really wonderful time for a photo op. Sorry, if we can come together for a photo opportunity.
बाद में ना चेयर वेयर निकाल
ठीक
के
है,
फोटो
ठीक है.
वोटो करके हाँ
जैसे प्रोड्यूसर चाहे. You know, lots and lots of conversations to be had, but firstly and most importantly, Alia, Gaurav, I'd like to start with you. You know, how did this, I mean, no pun intended on the word, but how did this marriage happen between Red Chillies and Eternal Sunshine?
As I said earlier, we narrated this film sometime in 2019, November. I had met Reshma for some other work. I briefed her, okay, we have something that we want to take it to Alia. I briefed her about 2 lines. And by the evening, I got a call, okay, we want to know more. This is exciting. And me and Jasmeet went to narrate the film. And by the end of it, I think we could see the excitement throughout the film as the narration progressed. But by the end of it, we just didn't have an actor, but we also had a partner producer. And that's how it started. It's that simple as...
So, you know, Alia, when he says that, did you already think that you were on the verge of becoming a producer, and were you waiting for that one script, or was it because the script came forward to you and then you were like, okay, now I want to turn producer? Which way was it?
It kind of happened at the same time. Darlings came to me और जब narration शुरू हुई मैंने सोचा हाँ अभी मतलब दिखते कहाँ जा रहा है because I didn't know what the film was about. I was totally blank slate, and actually 2019 when I met Jasmeet and Gaurav, I had a very packed schedule. But I have this thing, I was like, listen, I will listen to every script and hear every narration or read every script because you never know. Cut to the story started, it started like a normal story, normal. Suddenly it just shifted gear and how, and I was like, from here, I was here. And I was like that the whole narration, which is, I was like so surprised, and I'm very rarely surprised. So then I was like, okay, one second. We have to do this. And then very naturally, I was like, okay, listen, I think I would like to be a producer on this as well. And Gaurav at that moment was extremely supportive. He was like, that's a fantastic idea. We must do this together. And then Shahrukh called me and he said, मैं usually co-produce नहीं करता, पर मैं तेरे साथ करूँगा. और बहुत मज़े करेंगे. बहुत मज़े करेंगे, and it'll be quite good, and it'll be one for the memories. And recently he saw the film and he messaged me and he said, in typical Darlings lingo, thanks you, Darlings, for doing these movies.
So I'm assuming that by the 6th of August, all of us are going to be speaking more in plural.
I hope.
Remember that one, guys. Yeah, all reviews in plurals, which also means many, many stars, guys. No, you know, and then because we're on the subject of hearing the script for the first time, Jasmeet, I'm going to come to you. what was it like? Like, did you think that, okay, while you were co-writing the film, obviously you've been with the film longer than anyone has. So did you think at that point that, hey, were you writing it hoping that Alia comes on board? Or what was it? Like, how did this happen? Because, it's the first time. Everyone starts and thinks that, hey, we're going to cast Alia Bhatt in a film. But you had it. You got her. And, and she said yes instantly.
No, I just gave my best shot to Alia Bhatt. But when we were writing, I had an idea of a mother-daughter finding their place in this male-dominated world and trying to set the daughter's marriage on track with her husband Hamza, because they love each other, but there's something off with them. And we co-wrote the script, me and Parvez, and I took it to Gaurav because I was writing something else for him. And he liked the script. And then we just took it to Alia.
Liked is an understatement.
Sorry, say again, Gaurav.
Liked is an understatement. So when we got the script, see, Jasmeet and we were working on something existing IP of ours. We wanted to contemporize it.
Yeah.
In the meanwhile, we got the script and we rotated the script around. I read it, Vikram from our team read it, and a couple of us read it. Next day we met in office. Everyone was like, wow, this is something. And that was like, then, it's like probably in 12 hours we decided, okay, this is something that we want to pursue.
So at that point, you're like, wow, this is something, chalo Alia ko phone kare.
Of course.
That's great. I mean, that's how great work happens, I mean, that's great. And I feel like this everyone's come together in like between 12 and 24 hours. I want to ask, all our other actors that as well. Shefali, when you were given the script, like what was your first and initial reaction when you read it?
I actually didn't take 12 or 24 hours. I think I took around 12 minutes post the narration and reading the script.
Explain to us, what was the room like?
One, I thought I still believe it's one of the best scripts I read. And it's a very poignant story, but it doesn't have a moral of the story, which is always a little harder to digest. It's funny, it's wicked, and the character I play, I mean, it's a genre I've never done before. And the character I play, I mean, I think she's a cracker. And like just said, I mean, there's something, everything totally off with the mother-daughter. Yeah.
Sorry, totally off with
yes.
With the?
With the mother-daughter.
Oh, with the mother-daughter,
Yeah.
okay. Guys, okay. And then minute 12 into the script, you were like, yes, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
That's great. I mean, this is amazing. Like, I'm so excited to watch the film, just hearing the fact that the narration was this for you. But I also know that Vijay, who's known for his dancing skills and his acting skills, I heard a little birdie told me that Vijay did a happy dance as soon as he got a call saying, aapki picture, Jasmeet's going to be directing and Alia is going to be producing. So, should we start with a happy dance? Yeah, we should see it.
I want to see Vijay, please.
Yeah.
Have to.
Come on, Vijay.
Was it
Come
the
on,
moonwalk?
Come on.
ये मीटिंग कब हुई जब तुमने डिसाइड किया कि ये होने वाला है
ये
मेरे
जब
साथ?
जब आपने हमको बैक स्टेज पे बोला था ना कि नेहा मेरे से सब करवा लेना डांस मत कराना, so I'm just doing that.
Dance karo, darling.
Does everybody want to see Vijay's happy dance? How he reacted? So he had the script and then he
Guys,
moonwalked and he swam.
मैं मर जाऊंगा लेकिन मैं डांस नहीं करूंगा.
विजय ऐसे ना कर यार.
Only if I'll follow the steps that you do.
Okay, I'll do the moonwalk in 4-inch stiletto.
Chal.
Chal. Ready? तो फिर चलना. Well done. No, but more importantly, Vijay, what was your reaction? The moonwalk, of course, is legit. That's his way of saying yes. But apart from that,
So when I read the script, I knew this script is absolutely fabulous. It's unlike, it's radical, it's weird, it's whack, it's electric, it's filled with humor and so many things. But I was very scared to take this part up.
why is that?
You will find out. So then I had to take a couple of meetings with Jasmeet to understand if I can, whether I will be able to, and what is it that I need to bring in, and all such things happened. And then very gently and very nicely, Jasmeet got hold of me and then got me into the film.
Grateful.
Wow. I think that this one was quite an smart and intelligent process of getting you. And when we see you in the trailer, Vijay, it's like every bit of you, I feel like it like belongs there. You're so good, even in the trailer. I know this got a much larger message, the film, but as a performer, you look amazing, as always.
I think I only must have come up with it. कोई है नहीं यहाँ पे credit लेने को तो मैं ही ले लेती हूँ. There is a film called Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which is one of
Yes.
my favorite movies. But actually, that's not the reason. The reason is I believe movies are eternal. And I love sunshine. Even if you see me on Instagram, because that's the only way people see me right now, or if you have to see me, I'm always using the sun emoji. So I love sun, I love the sunshine, and I believe the warmth that the movies and cinema gives us is eternal. So eternal sunshine.
How nice. And, we're on the subject of titles. So, many different titles must have come up, or was Darlings your first choice, Jasmeet?
The dialogue, there's a dialogue in the film which came first, and I can't give away spoilers, but there is somebody who calls somebody. Yes, there. So after that, I decided the film should be called Darlings. So that's how it happened. There were no other titles before, no.
And it's great when you see a great teaser and a great trailer, and then you see the wonderful cast. You just know that it fits in completely. Venki, I'm going to just ask you about a little more about when Gaurav said that you heard about the film right up 12 hours later, you were ready to make the film. So what is from the point that Alia comes on board as producer, and of course I know that there's a tick when it comes to her being an actor as well. From there, how do you come along, and then what is the process of getting up to Netflix? How did that happen?
Well, to start with, when the narration was given to us, to the internal team, I think it's fair to say all of us were blown away by just the strength of the story. And then when Gaurav mentioned that, the unanimous view was that it should be Alia, and the thought for us immediately was, she's so busy, is she going to be aware of all that? And then we were talking with SRK and whatnot. So, you look at this, the people sitting here, and of course there's a bigger team there as well. This was a no-brainer for us, and it was like, if we can bring this together, it is just unbelievable for us to be able to make it. And it's also consistent, like I made the comment earlier, in terms of some of the direction that, Shah Rukh gives us, and the latitude he gives us to be able to diversify and do different types of genres. He does his own thing, which is great, it takes a life of its own, but we were thrilled with the kind of support that he gave to us and the encouragement for that. And I think the moving parts, as I mentioned to you earlier about what Red Chillies, what we have put together in terms of the creative team and the production team and marketing, et cetera, et cetera. So it all has come together, so really fingers crossed. Couldn't be happier with where we are today, and kudos to the entire team here.
Absolutely. And what's up next for Red Chillies Entertainment?
Well, I think every project that we do really gives us a lot of encouragement and energy to take the next step. There are lots of things in the pipeline. These guys have been really busy, but we really want to enjoy this and take it, as they say, be in the present. So we are trying to be in the present right now.
Yes,
thoroughly
absolutely.
enjoy this, and then we'll see, but there's a lot in store.
That's wonderful. Alia, I'm going to just come to you. There are going to be a lot of questions that are going to open up from the press later, but as a producer, what's been your hardest day on set, and then what's been your most fun day on set, just as a producer?
On set, I'm only an actor. In fact, sometimes they would be like, we wanted to shoot this film in a very tight schedule. We shot it in 42 days. Also, it was just after the second wave. There was a fear that, anything can happen again. And also Chef Ali's dates and Vijay's dates and all the combination and all of that. So there were days that were overpacked. Like we were doing a lot of work in one day. And I was like, क्या कर रहे हो यार? एक और दिन use करते हैं. थोड़ा सा, move it to tomorrow. We're not being able to get the time to think. And the first lady literally told me, you're the producer. You should not be asking for this. Just do as much work as you can in one day. And I was like, no, for me, I'm on set. I'm always an actor, and I don't think that producer thought even came to my mind. But post the film, after we wrapped the film, usually as an actor, you move on to your next film and then you're cut off and then you just join in when the film is releasing. I didn't cut, I couldn't cut off. And I consider myself above anything. I don't understand the numbers, but I will always be a creative producer. So I was only involved in the creative part of it, and I had Jasmeet was really lovely, extremely welcoming with my overbearing opinions at times. But we had such a lovely time doing this together, and it's made me learn so much about the movies, and I always had so much respect for every department and everything that goes into making the movie, but I think it's gone even more now because I've literally been there behind the scenes.
Yeah, and you know what you said about cutting the cord when it comes to, you know, finishing a film and then coming back for promotions and attaching yourself again to a film, as opposed to this one, it'll always be yours, and which is, you know, as a producer, it just means so much more. Shefali, Vijay, what was it like? When I see all of you together, powerhouse performers, I've said that in your introduction as well. There's nothing that you do which is not like 1,000 on 100. And what was the process like? Like, was it a lot of rehearsals, or you would just go straight into the scene? What was the atmosphere on set like?
So we did a couple of readings, and Jasmeet had spent a lot of time in Baikala. I met somebody who was from there. I mean, she got me to meet this person. I just wanted to understand the lingo, and I just wanted to get a feel of it. And I think the similar process happened with Vijay. Of course, he'll tell you how it went with him. And, but I'm a spontaneous actor, and I think everyone here is. Also, you can't over-rehearse. That's what I believe. Yes, we would do our reading and we'd block, but then once the camera goes on, I think there's just something that happens.
It's magic.
It's magic, completely.
Especially when I see the trailer, it's magic. It's not always magic. When it comes to, sometimes you see something and you know that, okay, this isn't. But when the three of you are together, or we haven't mentioned even Roshan Matthew, who's not here today. He's busy, and I'm sure he would have loved to be here, but he's not. Very integral part of the film. But you know that there's magic being created.
Yes, and I have to tell you the atmosphere on set. I mean, there were days we could have wrapped around 2 hours earlier if we didn't laugh so much in between scenes. Because we keep cracking up and then Achabhi, please, let's do the scene. It was like, Just was indulging us like children, and then she was like, please, let's get on with it. But a complete blast.
No, it really sounds like it goes from intense to understanding the world to then having such a great time and overstaying on a set. Vijay, was it similar for you, or were you like, no, this is Alia and this is Shefali, and I'm going to have a different process here?
No, not really. I mean, we, as Chef said, we really like to come a little prepared to the set, so we know what we're going to do, but we always leave some room for something might happen. If there is a mistake that happens, and if it is something that we like, we want to keep that. And stuff like that happened a lot on this set. In fact, we did end up cracking up a lot more than we should. Little process was a little different for me. If you can see in the trailer, I have to meet a certain pan, a certain belan, a certain hand.
Vijay was tied up to the chair a lot, so a lot of the time the shot used to get over, and we used to all get up and go, and he's like, "Koi mujhe kholo yaar."
No, I really wanted to, but no spoilers here, so I don't want you to give me any answers you don't want to. But at some point when I saw the trailer, I was feeling bad for you, Vijay, because I was like, "बहुत पिटाई हुई है ना?"
Yeah, but I got paid for it, guys.
Actually में पिटाई नहीं हुई.
अभी मैं क्या बोलूँ? Fine, ठीक है, then it's a good answer. I was going to actually draw an analogy, but I won't. Monica, just from where I see it, and this is great, between Red Chillies, Eternal Sunshine, there's Jasmeet, there's Vijay, Shefali, everybody here. And then to be able to have everyone come together and also encourage a very important and a new voice like Jasmeet. It's like, how did that happen? And you were like, okay, this is it. I want to do this.
Thanks, Neha. This is a great question because it's the answer is bursting out of me, literally. I think we are a film crazy country, and I really, sort of feel excited about the fact that on Netflix, globally, films in India are the most watched format of entertainment. So films, Indians watch more films on Netflix globally than any other country. We are always on the lookout for most amazing films. And I think Darlings came to us at a time when we had some really interesting cinema, like really coming on the service. Alia's been, if I may say that, this would be, I can confidently say that, her hat trick on the service after Gangubai and RRR.
Yay!
Yes, and the way those two films have gone global on Netflix, because everyone in the far corners of the world, anyone with access to Netflix has, we've seen the way those films have done on the service and the way they've been spoken about. Much of it is on social media also. And when Darlings came and when Gaurav brought it to us, and it's always been a wonderful partnership with Red Chillies and with Gaurav and Venki and with Charuk. And when we heard about the film from them, the fact that the script was so amazing and so powerful, like it just ticks all the emotions that you can have. It hits you in the right spot. It leaves you feeling. A lot of times films, you've had a journey and you liked it and you move on to the next film. I feel Darlings is that film which you'll enjoy a lot while you're watching, and you'll carry it with you because of the performance of Alia, Shefali, Vijay, Roshan, who's not here today, but like what a cast, and all the other people in the cast, and the way Jasmeet has directed. I think she's such a special new voice. And as Netflix, we are always looking out for those new voices, and because that is how you can really take good stories and make them into great entertainment for people. So I think that journey is something which we've loved, and all of them sitting here, it's a matter of pride and honor to be collaborating with them on this film.
Absolutely, and just to be able to, like you said, there's a fresh new voice. You have everybody, no one who's new to the streaming platform, whether it's Red Chillies, Alia, who's in for a hat trick, and Shefali and Vijay.
Can I just add
the
Shefali?
Great work. Yes, that was
Shefali
just a great work. That anything that I see, Shefali over there, Alia, Vijay, that goes into like my favorite list, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch it because she's in it, or he's in it, or she's in it. Because there's also faith as a viewer that you have in all of them.
No, and Shefali, most of you would know, she's a very, very loved artist on the platform. She is Vartika from Delhi Crime. Vijay has done a brilliant season on Netflix in She. So, and of course, like I said, Alia, hat trick.
Should we take?
I'm just going to ask my last question, and you're not going to take each other's name or say Darlings or Netflix for that. One-word answers, please, before we open it up to the press. We'll start with you, Alia. What? Who's your darling?
Who's my darling?
Yeah.
I can't take anybody from the.
No chance.
Okay, so the media is my darling. All the paps, number one, and then everybody else.
I wanted to say that.
This Alia, na, I tell you. Okay, Shefali, we'll go with you.
She took my answer.
That was my answer.
This is what I mean. Like, they asked me to play a game, and I'm like, ये सब एक दूसरे को इधर-उधर करते रहेंगे, and they won't do anything. Good thing we didn't play a game.
हम तीनों की तरफ से एक ही आंसर है. Me, Chef, and Alia.
नहीं, क्यों मेरा खुद का आंसर है?
अरे,
Media is my darlings.
देखो ऐसे नहीं है. Vijay, come on, somebody come up with another.
It's not feeling original now.
Yeah. And please, no repeat.
It was original in my mind.
I have a feeling Venki's got a great answer. Come on, Venki, come up with it. Who's your darling?
I think it's just me for bringing it to life.
Oh, sweet. But ठीक है, वो disclaimer था पहले, but ठीक है.
Venki broke the rules.
Your turn now.
I'll take it beyond Jasmeet. I think the team which has put it together, we worked through 3 waves, a lot of Zoom calls, and to bring it to this stage, when we were prepping on Zoom calls, which was surprising, and I think a lot of narrations happen on Zoom. And
So Zoom?
The entire team, which has got it together. The entire,
Or charger.
the entire team, which I think the entire team, the production team, the creative team, we had a lot of assistants who have given a lot of time and energy. We shot this film in bubble, so yeah, for them, I think they're the darlings for this one.
Trust a serious, powerful man to give an answer like that, but ठीक है. Monica,
अभी बहुत प्रेशर हो रहा है मुझे गौरव बोलने का तो इसलिए मैं बोलूँगी गौरव but also my team at Netflix who has worked with Red Chillies and Eternal Sunshine, I mean day and night, and really thanks to all of them for making the whole promotion thing such an action-packed and wonderful journey.
Jasmeet, we'll come to you.
The film and
Okay.
everybody who's part of it.
Vijay, have you answered?
Yeah, I think Mr. Shah Rukh Khan is my darling.
Oh, nice. Shefali, we'll go with you. Last but not the least.
Roshan, he's not here,
Okay.
so I can take his place, but he is
Smart.
a
All right.
complete darling.
Okay, fine. All right, guys. So, I mean, that's me taking you through the trailer of Darlings, the wonderful cast, director, streaming platform, producers, many producers today. Let's have a huge round of applause for each and every one of them. And now we could go, we could open the house out for questions or